Hey guys, welcome back to the This Is All Skate Shop YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a review of the Powerslide Hardcore Evo skates. I'm going to run through the history of the brand Powerslide, run through the history of these specific skates, I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about each and every part about it, how they fit, and I'll tell you my honest opinion about it. During these videos I'll probably throw in some terms that you might not have heard of before. If you hear some words and you hear them a lot and you wonder what they are, check out our YouTube channel because we have videos about all these specific topics and all these words on our channel. So it's really interesting to dive into our channel and learn everything there is about skating. These are Powerslide skates. And Powerslide is a brand, it's owned by Matthias Knoll. We have a Behind the Brand series if you want to dive into the history of the brand Powerslide, but in short, Matthias is a speed skater himself and he started selling skates from the back of his trunk at competitions in the 90s. Through that he started also a distribution. He started making his own skates, especially also within Aggressive, started working together with a lot of different people and making a lot of brands. And the Powerslide brand is not just a brand, but it's also an umbrella brand where a lot of other brands fall under. So, for example, USD as an Aggressive brand is a part of Powerslide. That's why you also see some of the design similarities. For example, this buckle is the same buckle that's been used on the USD Shadow skates. Fun fact. Within that racing background that Matthias had, carbon skates are used a lot. And it makes sense then to adapt that platform also within other segments like urban and slalom skating. And from that idea, the Hardcore Evo skate emerged. So it's basically a slightly taller version of a speed skate. The first model came out in 2010, 2011 and 12 there were models, 15, 16, 17. And in 2019, the first Trinity model came. And Trinity is of course the way the mounting works. So here there's two mounting holes on the side, but before 2019, it only had the 165mm mount, which has one in the back and only one in the front. I do have to say that during the years, this skate looked better and better because the earlier models had like funky graphics and a lot of different colors and like black and white mixtures. And these ones that are on the market right now are just plain, nice and black, just the way I like it. There's basically two versions of the boots right now on the market as we record this video, which is the all black one and the Sam Croft Pro skate. There's a few minor differences between those skates. The Sam Croft Pro skate is even a little bit sleeker than the standard version. It doesn't have this strap here and it doesn't have the toe protector here, which makes it look, yeah, just nice and clean. I really like the way the Sam Croft Pro skate looks. Funny thing is that this model is called Evo, and that's also my name. You only write it a little bit different. So first topic that's really important for most people is how it fits. And I think that this skate fits pretty normal. So in general, I would advise you to take your shoe size with this model. You notice immediately if you put it on, it feels nice and cushiony and nice and soft, while it's still hard and supportive. The boot, of course, has a raised heel, which is always a part of the Trinity mount. So the front is lower than the back. This is the way all freestyle skates are. I would not advise you to put in an extra shock absorber per se, because then you're going to be a little bit too high. This is the perfect way to have a raised heel. There's also flat bottom boots with the shock absorber, like the Seba CJ, for example, which is a similar skate, but then has a UFS mount. There is no liner in the skate that you can take out. So all the padding is integrated. That's what is called a soft boot. If it's an integrated liner. A hard boot is a skate where you can take out the liner. The liner of this skate is heat moldable. That means you can just put it in the oven, heat it up, put it back on your foot and let it cool down, and then it will shape to your foot. Make sure to tighten the buckle and the laces when you do this and put your knees over your toes. If you have any other skate than the Hardcore Evo Pro, it's also possible to heat mold it. We here at This Is All Skate Shop are specialized in heat molding skates, also for hard boot skates. So if you have any problems with pressure points, you can always come by. If you want to buy some skates, it's also super smart to come by our store and to just fit them on. We are here in Amsterdam and we have all the skates that are on the market right there available for you to try. So if you're like in the UK or in Germany, take a car, come by, or take a train or a plane, and just spend the whole day here in the shop trying everything on. That's the best way to buy skates, and that's why we have this shop here. For people that want to buy online, we of course have thisissold.com, which has a lot of information, and we help people online as well. Try to help you make the best choice in buying skates. There's a little handle here at the back of the skate. This handle is a carry handle to carry a skate, and it's not meant to pull on it. I have seen people who ripped it for this model, so don't pull too hard on the handle. And when we're talking liners, you're kind of like stuck with whatever inside this skate. But it is possible to gut the skate. And gutting means taking out the whole inside. You basically take a knife and like a pliers, and you pull out everything that's on the inside until it's completely naked on the inside. And then you can put on a liner again. Then most people, of course, put in like an intuition liner, like a really high quality liner. I've heard that it creates a little bit more room if you put in an intuition liner. Depends, of course, what intuition liner. And I think also that it will improve the performance even more, even though this is already a really high standard skate. Next topic is the flex. I think the sideways flex and the front flex are pretty normal, what you would expect from an urban skate like this. Of course, it's a carbon skate, so that means it's pretty stiff, and also you have a lot more control than with a plastic boot. Next topic is the cuff. That's this part. There have been different editions of this skate with different cuffs, so that means it is possible to put on also different editions. And there's also different colors available of the cuff that comes on the skate itself. On the cuff is of course a buckle, and this is, as I mentioned already, the same buckle that's used on the Shadow skates from USD. It's a really good buckle, especially the release button here is nice and big, so it's easy to release them. And you can crank it by just pulling the lever a couple times, and then it gets tighter and tighter, and then release it by pressing the middle button here. This is the Force buckle from Powerslide, and it works kind of like the same, but the button is a little bit smaller. So if you tighten this really hard, it's a little bit hard to release. I would maybe put on a regular buckle. This cuff has 2 holes here, you see. So, and it's just the standard buckle mount, SBM3. You want to learn more about buckle mounts, check out our buckle video. But it basically means that any standard buckle fits on this skate. And here you can also see that within the Sam Croft. Woo. It uses a regular normal buckle here with the 2 holes. The ankle, why yo, oh, Tero, help. And we're back. Okay, so let's talk about the ankle buckle. I think these things are always just really annoying. They do work really well, okay? So if you want to have like as tight as possible connection here on your ankle, it is a very, very good thing to have the ankle buckle. But just lacing everything is super annoying. So I just always turn it away sideways when I'm lacing it so that it's not in the way. But if it was totally up to me and it was my skate, then I would unscrew it and just take it off entirely. And there's a special lacing technique that we have a special video about. Check out our YouTube channel for that one, to kind of like compensate for not having this one. And if you use that lacing technique, you tighten everything so hard that you kind of like don't need ankle buckle anymore. Also, it just looks better without it. Then next topic is this little toe strappy thing here. It's attached to the carbon base of the boot here, and that's also kind of like the reason why it doesn't do anything, because I can push here all that I want, but there's just nothing really happening. So I don't know like why this was designed like this, but you can just take it off. But then you have these like little flappy things here, and you can just take a sharp knife and cut this off here, and then basically you have the look of the Sam Croft skate. Nice and clean toe box. So this boot has a Trinity mount. There's also a 165 mount version that was produced in the past, so you might be able to find that one as well. But the Trinity is better because of the Trinity has the mounting on the sides. You don't have the mounting right where the wheel is, so they can make the frame a lot lower to the ground. Within the Trinity mount, there's a lot of frame options. Mostly there's Powerslide frames, of course, and there's all sorts of different Powerslide frames on the market. The frames that come with this skate are nicely extruded frames. Those are more like the high-class level frames. They're nice and light. This one even has a rockering option, meaning that you can take out the axle, flip it, and then the position of the wheel goes a little bit up and down, and that makes for better maneuverability. This one is really, really short, and that's meant for doing toe rolls and heel rolls. And this one is more like a setup that you would use to cruise with, or do some distance with, or stuff like that, maybe go through the city. I am myself not a big fan of 3x110. I think, for example, 4x100 with the rocker is a lot better, almost for everybody in every situation, I think. It's smoother and probably just as fast, but the 4 wheels makes it that you roll over bad surfaces a lot better. And if the frame is a little bit longer, you're also a little bit more stable, but then the rocker compensates for the maneuverability again. All these options that I mentioned, they're all available as an aftermarket. So Powerslide has these frames, but there's also Icon, which is also a Powerslide brand, that also has frames for these skates. Now there's also NN and Endless frames that also have frames for this. So there's plenty of options, all of course on thisissold.com available. And this is really cool. The new Sam Croft skate comes with the Powerslide Combat frame. And this one has rockerable spacers here. So you can put the spacer in 6 different positions to kind of like create a flow skate feeling where you can flow through the city nicely. Next topic are the wheels and the bearings. These wheels are the undercover raw wheels. In my opinion, not the very, very best wheels on the market. Like the undercover team series are actually a little bit better, but also for sure not the worst wheels. So these wheels are just fine. Don't worry about it. Just skate them, and if they wear down, maybe you replace them for like something like a rollerblade hydrogen or another like high quality wheel. The bearings in them are also just fine. I don't think there's that much difference between bearings anyway. If you want to skate through the rain with these skates, that's just fine. Just what happens is the oil will go out, a little bit out of the bearing, and the bearing will destroy itself later. But we here at This Is So Skate Shop have bearings for €1. It's better to look at bearings as something you should not worry about and just replace when they're worn than to like really dive too much into this rabbit hole of all the little differences between the bearings, because in the end of the day, they all roll. Next topic is the custom options that this skate offers. Well, of course, you can put on any frame that you want. You can change the buckle. I would advise you to upgrade the laces with some wax laces so that you could tighten the skate a lot harder. I would take off the toe strap. Whoop, there it goes again. I would take off the toe strap. You can change the buckles and the ankle strap. You can even take it off. It's possible to upgrade the wheels, of course, to like the best and best qualities. Definitely not necessary. And it's a cool thing if you really want to geek out on it and experiment. It's possible to gut the skate and put in an intuition liner. One other fix that's also always better is to put in a Superfeet insole. The Superfeet insoles are nice and stiff. If you want to get parts for these skates, we have a skate part finder tool on our website. That means that you can just select the model that you have in this tool, and then all the parts come out that fit on this skate. So that's a really nice tool if you want to upgrade your skate or change something or replace something to use. My overall judgment of the skate is very, very positive. Of course, it's one of the higher end skates in the market. It's pretty expensive, but it's definitely worth the money because it will last really, really long. And it's one of the best performing skates on the market. Super light, super responsive, super comfortable. I think, yeah, just overall one of the best skates that we have here at This Is Soul. So definitely worth the buck. That was my honest opinion about this skate. If you want to see more reviews, check out our YouTube channel. We make a new video every week. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.